August 4th episode of Morning Coffee and Chat. I hope you guys are doing well this morning. I'm going to kick back here, just kind of ramble on till some people come in. This is a completely unexpected live stream. Let me go and share this out real quick while I'm thinking about it. Click on that, go to Facebook. Wait for it. Wait for it. Booyah. There's that. Good morning, Christine. Good to see you, love. Hope you're doing well. Good morning, Tony. Yeah, I'm a little late. I wasn't going to do anything this morning because I've got to work today. I've had one day off this week, and I put the whole day into getting the videos built up for this week. I started working late last night on Sunday's video, and I just finally pooped out, started dozing off here, and decided it was time to go to bed. But I'm just trying to get the videos built up, man, because you just never know with our schedule. It's getting to that dog days of summer thing where the bar's going to start filling up and we're going to be busy. Morning, Fish. Good to see you, bud, and I apologize for all the shit I called you 18 minutes ago. Yeah, I wasn't going to go live, and then I started thinking, short video, a short live stream is better than no live stream at all. So I had to go get myself cleaned up, get dressed, and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's why the late start. So. Good to see everybody in here this morning. Like I said, it was unscheduled, and I thought, hell with it, we'll do it. Oh man, getting pumped up for Sunday night's investigation. Good morning, Freedom. Good to see you here. Hope you're doing good on this fine, sunny Friday morning. Skipper, good morning, sir. Nope, you didn't miss me. You didn't miss me. And the ones that do miss me just recock and try again, It's like I told my ex-wife. Sometimes I really miss you, but I'm hoping my shot will improve. Oh. Sorry. Ankle itch. Not to mention I've not been out of bed very long. That's the other reason I wasn't going to do a stream. I went to bed about 10:30 last night, and I woke up at 1 and couldn't go back to sleep. So, I got into the wife's sleepy gummies, and took a couple of those puppies, and they finally put me out, and I woke up a little less than an hour ago. Woohoo for sleepy gummies. We have a great day today. We're just getting into our long weekend in Canada. Nice. Well, I think if I know my manager as well as I think I do, I'll work today, and I'll be off tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday, which is why we're doing an investigation of the log cabin museum on Sunday night. That'll give me all day Monday to work on the video and have it up. I don't know who all is going to be going to that one. It just depends on everybody's work schedule, whether Mark and Tony can make it. As of right now, it may just be me and Heather. So I don't know. I guess it's going to be a surprise for all you guys when the video premieres. Well, I'm $498 lighter thanks to auto insurance this morning. Isn't it amazing how those little things just continuously crop up? And I mean, I had a nice long conversation with somebody one time about how homeowners insurance and taxes and stuff like that. And I'm like, do you ever really own anything? I mean, you pay for 30 years to own a home or something like that. And, but if you don't pay your taxes on the ground that it sits on, regardless of how long your family has owned that property, they just take your house and everything away. So, I don't know. You go out and spend 10 years paying off a car, but they take it away from you if you get pulled over and you haven't got insurance on it. I wonder if there's ever been any video footage of the Francois baby house in Windsor, Ontario. That would be an interesting paranormal investigation. I would love to go up into Canada and do some investigations. That would be really cool. And I don't know of anything. I've never even heard of the Francois baby house. So I would probably say no, Skipper. That there's never been anything. And if it has been, it's just stayed in a private collection. You don't own it. That's why you pay rent. Where else registered? You gifted it to the estate. Government should not be allowed to take a citizen's property. I agree, Tony. I agree. Yeah, I have to spend some money. So, getting a suit for Christmas this year. Going to switch into the Coca-Cola Santa suit. So, damn, $700. Wow. Oh, I can too. I can see the point of it. But yeah, being able to take somebody's property if they can't pay property taxes. I mean, you make and especially here for some reason in Southwest Michigan, Northwest Indiana, taxes are just ungodly around here. And I mean, you have a couple that pays for a house for 30 years. They finally get it paid off. They were making, $500 or $600 a month house payments, $700, $800. And, when they finally get it paid off, they give this sigh of relief. And then all of a sudden, it's $3,500 every spring or fall, however your company's set up. And that's one reason I like Tennessee is they split it up. If you owe whatever, I don't care if you owe $500 or you owe $3,000, you pay half of it in May and half of it in August. They don't just expect you to come up with it, especially if you're on a fixed income. If you've paid on that house for 30 years, you're both retired, then but you still got all the utilities and the insurance and car insurance and all this kind of stuff. Then boom, they want you to come up with, you know, three, four, well, like Skipper just said, $7,000 in property taxes. That's wow. Optional here. In Canada, you don't even have mineral rights to your property unless you've been grandfathered in as an original settler. Or, I'm sorry, that was Fish that said that, $7,000 a year. My God. Thank God they don't tax fornication. No, thank God, Tony, because you wouldn't have any money left. It's paid from the time the loan is created. Banks don't lend money. They only do paperwork. Broke. Good morning, Ken. Good to see you, man. And they need that money for Ukraine. Green light to the United States as a federal corporation was done. Red street number. My cabin tax was $70 a year. Our rates are between $1,400 $13,000 a year. Jesus Christ. $1,400 wouldn't be too awful bad. I think that's pretty much what we pay here. But our property taxes are paid out of the house payment. So that's why the house payment's so high. Home insurance and taxes are all paid out of the mortgage payment. So, you know, we're kind of safe there, and it's smart to get that kind of a setup going when you start to buy a home. I think we're up to about 37% of our income is taxed. That's about what it is here, Skipper. About 30, 35, 37%, something like that. You can do revocation of elections, stop paying federal taxes. Let me check. Location, United States, 10 square mile, Washington, D.C. Oh. But yeah, Sunday night's investigation is going to be really cool, guys. We are going to the Cass County Log Cabin Museum. That was built 100 years ago. 100 years ago this year, using only logs from the properties of the founding families of Cass County. There's actually a book in the museum that has all the logs that built the museum have all got numbers written on the ends of them. In that book has got coordinating numbers and family names that donated the logs in 1923 to have this cabin built. And it was supposed to originally be just a cabin commemorating the founding of the county, and they decided that was going to be our museum. So of course people started donating Revolutionary War relics, Civil War relics. One of the really unusual things is a taxidermy collection. We've got alligators and eagles and birds and all kinds of animals that were in a personal taxidermy collection. There's bedrooms that are set up there with 100-plus-year-old furnishings. We have one of the only Civil War, I think it's one of 4 existing Civil War freedom aprons in the museum, and a large piece of tree from the battlefield at Antietam that one of the young men from our county brought back. Yeah, you can own a company and pay far less taxes with write-offs, but a guy who makes $17 an hour gets fully taxed. And if you do it incorrectly, paperwork needs you find everything away via contracts. Good morning, Masha. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good. I found the apron. Chicago. No. Oh, the apron. I was talking about that chunk of tree that stands up against the pillar, Mike, right there beside where the apron's displayed at. That's got all the shrapnel and stuff in it from the battlefield. Is it? Oh, is it Chickamauga that it's from? My bad. I'm sorry. Good morning, Ty. Good to see you. Good to have you here too, Mike. Ignorance of the laws, no excuse. If you don't do due diligence, it will end badly. You need to be able to stand on your square. When we do an investigation, Chickamauga. Sunday night. I got to meet Masha down there at 7:30. It's going to be a partial lockdown. She's actually going to lock the door when she leaves, and we're there. What that apron was. Tree that locks in the outside. Yeah, I didn't think they had any idea what that apron was. And that's one of the reasons that I was flipping out about trying to get the heating and air conditioning unit for the museum. You know, that guy that came in 2 or 3 years ago and said $12,000 for a heating and air conditioning unit. That's what we paid for the one here, just over $12,000. And, you know, I tried to tell them then that that was not the best bid they were going to get on that job, but they wouldn't listen. So that's why things in the museum are slowly but surely ways, because there's no control and cold in there to help preserve the things. So that, and the fact that you have one person that actually cares about the place and a whole board of people that just want to say, hey, I belong to a board for something, but don't want to give any money to help preserve the stuff. Insurance is theft. Man, we should have never got started on this subject. Been paying tax, just finally learning the truth, not going to anymore. I was the only person who had a clue. Yeah, he was an expert at restoring ancient homes. Last one he did was in England, 609 years old. Interesting. Guy I know works for an insurance company. He said they are trained to deny. Hey Justin, good to see you. Just got out of work, huh? Yeah, some of the things I was looking at the first time I went in that museum. I was trying to, I don't know who the person was that they had come down from MSU, Michigan State University, to originate and identify some of the things in the museum. But there's a few things in there. This poor guy don't know his head from his bunghole, y'all. He has a Civil War cartridge box listed as a what is it, Mike? Like a lunch box or a personal item box or something like that. And it's a bloody cartridge box, guys, without the wooden insert for the cartridges to go in. It's all about politics. I really want to accompany you. I don't want to be locked in. Oh no, I know that museum inside and out. I'm just waiting to interview Marcia. I'm waiting to interview her. She spends more time there than anyone. And she's very, very excited about getting this interview done. So I got a feeling it's going to be a very interesting investigation and a very interesting interview. And then they can take everything. Suppose the Second Amendment. Agreed. Marcia is the driving force behind that museum. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, she is the driving force. I mean, all the things that her and her husband have been through the last few years, and she never missed a day. You know, all the health concerns and stuff that he's been through, she never missed a day. She kept that place open for the kids. She kept it open for visitors. She's done everything in her power. I just wish it was more. It was open more, and that's the one thing that I really regret about having to go and find work this year. Is I was offered a volunteer location, a spot last year, and Grandma was still alive, and this year I was actually going to go down there and try to keep it open through the week, so people driving through and stuff like that had a something they could see, and it's just didn't work out that way. Guns only reason lockdown didn't get crazy here in the U.S. They can try. Take my guns, not museum. We're investigating the Log Cabin Museum here in Cass this Sunday night, Fish. They're going to, they don't want any more armed, but they're Gestapo. Look like stupid all over this earth. Either her or her husband, spring chicken anymore. They contacted me about coming back, but I didn't want to deal with the uppity board. Yeah, the one right here on the lake, just a few blocks from the house here. When Tyler and Brenna were here last year, we walked down there and approached her about an investigation. And scheduling it didn't work out. And she brought it up to Mike just a few weeks ago, and she's like, "Man, I can't wait to get this investigation done. I want to, and we got it arranged." I called her beginning of the week, and boom, she wanted it ASAP. So we're doing it Sunday night. I'll deal with that uppity board anytime. I mean, I'm already part of the Historical Society. I'll have no problem being part of the Historical, or the Historical Commission. I have no problem being part of the Historical Society. Fish, I don't know. I don't know if anyone's died on the lake or not. I know that Steph grew up on that lake, just on the south side of the lake. Her stepdad, her ex-stepdad, her stepdad, whatever. Mom and him aren't married anymore, but still, she calls him dad. Um, they they had a house right there on the south side of the lake, and she talked about, the fact of a couple boats sinking out there and stuff like that. But everybody in town swims in that lake, so it's really not that big. I mean, seriously. So I don't know if anybody's ever um, I don't know if anybody's died there or not. Sunday throwing a birthday party for the youngest. Her birthday was yesterday. 1930s Germany is a good example of what disarming people can get you. Going to Kalamazoo Sunday, should be home by investigation time. I think so. But no, I know someone was shot across from the lake. Yeah, things have happened in the area of the lake. I mean, next in town investigation, old soldiers and sailors home. Yeah, we need to get that arranged. We need to definitely get that arranged. Who did Drew shoot across the lake? Drew didn't shoot anyone across the lake. Oh, you're talking about, yeah, you're talking about the robbery there at the gas station. Yeah, it's right across the street from the lake. Germany is one of the most powerful countries in history. Yep, and you made a really good point um, of what happened when it comes to disarming people. Um, One of the first things that Adolf done was disarm the general population. That way, there was no resistance to what he was doing. And uh, yeah, anybody see a parallel with our country? Start talking about disarming the citizens, because it's really funny, and those of you that have been in the armed forces, you've all taken the oath, and nowhere in the oath does it say you're going to defend the government of the country. You're going to defend the country and its people from any threat, foreign or domestic. So yeah, people tend to, especially in the government, tend to start thinking, we mess around too much. Deb, good morning, sir. Hope you're doing well today. That's wise too. Hitler got rid of banks, went to gold and silver standard, and went to war because he tries to get away from Rothschild banking on gold and silver. Control the media, then get rid of anything or anyone who thinks for themselves or resists. True that. I'm talking about the Holocaust, Middle East, war the last several years because they wanted to switch gold and silver back currency. Destroyed the economic units. Have you ever done anything on the Bilderbergs? What's a Bilderberg? I've never even heard that before. Feed me data, Mike. Feed me information. I've never even heard of the Bilderbergs. I've never heard them called the Bilderbergs. Bilderbergs were air balloons like Hindenburg that blew up. Have fun at the new job. Man, I'm loving the new job. I'd like to get more hours, but we've just got so many people on the bloody schedule, man. Um, I took it on myself the other day to run to the store the day before our truck came because we ran out of stuff. Um, we ran out of certain vegetables at the restaurant or the bar, and I took it on myself to take off and run to the store, and once again another action that I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out turned out to be a pat on the back, good thinking, stuff like that from my manager. So it's all working out well. I've got a um, I've got a plan step by step on um, what I want to be and everything at that location. Um, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what happens over time. But I'm building a good rapport, and I'm a self thinker and stuff like that. So I think he likes that. I'm pretty sure once behind most of the problems telling you we got banned from almost 200 countries. Have you been thinking about what we talked about the other day? We talked about a lot of things the other day, but I don't know which one. Um, I don't know which thing that we talked about that you're talking about that we talked about. I do some legwork. Yes, Lee will want to do a video. Evil that congregates every year. Chase only, please check it out. I'll have to look into that. I'll have to look into that because I was always under the impression that the consortium of billionaires that ran everything um, in the world was the Illuminati. I've never heard that other name before. Bilderberg, Bilderbergs. I've never heard that before. Sounds like Jekyll Island. Oh, goodness gracious sakes. It's going to be a hot one today, guys. I think we're supposed to be up near 90 again. Who just dinged? What was that? Oh, okay. Thanks, Mike. I'll definitely look into that. The only reason the Illuminati is a buzzword is Dan Brown. Ah, gotcha. Thank you, Tony. Since South Park City and the train were a complete failure. Well, I mean, that couldn't be helped. I mean, when you're in southwest Colorado and your engine blows and you got to go out and rent a U-Haul to haul all your stuff and, have some place to sleep and everything else. You don't want to put a lot of miles on that going up in the mountains and going sightseeing and stuff. So, I mean, can't really be helped all that much. Yeah, four companies run 80% of the world economy. Makes sense. You're on the right. You're definitely on the track. Yeah, fish is on track. Yeah. Kind of funny when you type Illuminati backwards. Takes you to White House website. Does it? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Are the Illuminati supposed to be part of the Masons? I'm a Mason. The story I always heard was that there were several high-positioned Masons, businessmen like that made up the Illuminati. So I really honestly, I don't know. It was over $1,100 for the train tickets. I'll have something deeper in the mountains than where we were at. Now we'll work on you, Ty. We'll work on you. We'll get everything rolling on you. Or for you, I should say. Upper echelon, 33rd degree, probably. Yeah, it's very, very high, very, very high echelon of Masonic members and stuff like that. Ian, good morning, sir. Hope you're doing well today. Happy Friday to you. Honestly, I think the Masons catch a lot of shit because it's a secret society, which it's not, although they have been a load of prominent Masons in business and politics. Well, you know, in a sense, it is a secret society because not just anyone can go in and witness a ceremony or something like that. You do have to be a Masonic member. And I don't know what it's like now, but you know, back when my grandfather was very active in the Masonic Lodge there in his town, they would totally shut down. He would have Masonic friends come over for coffee at times, and they'd be out in the garage talking. And even me at 5, 6, 7 years old, I would walk out of the house and start to walk in the garage, and they would shut down. They would stop talking about whatever they were talking about, and they would switch over to the boat or the Corvair or whatever was out in the garage they could talk about. So, in a sense, yes, it's a hush-hush thing, but yes, it's not some, huge treasure hoarding. I mean, there are benefits to being a Mason, but, on the bright side, September event, Princeton, Missouri, isn't that far away. True that. Not going to be long. Like I said, if they would pay me to come down and do Cody, I'd be more than happy to jump on a bus and go do Cody for a weekend. George Washington was a Mason. Yes, you're right. Most of our prominent figures through history, presidents, etc., have been involved with the Masonic Lodge, yes. Got to be more than 33 degrees. It's a society with secrets. People are always afraid of what they don't know. True that? Yeah, very true. I've known a lot of Masons in my life, including my father-in-law, George Washington, John Wayne, George Bush, almost all the signers of the Constitution on it. Yeah. Go for it, Ty. Go for it. I will be more than happy to jump on a bus and drive out to Princeton, Missouri, and do Bill Cody for the weekend. And all the one related to British King, but there's no subterfuge going on. Three Oaks Lodge. I know. I'd love to go back there again sometime. Either that Masonic Lodge or the one in Paw Paw that Danny was our guest Mason at. I like both of those. I don't know. There's not a lot I can say about those lodges. Both of them have their secrets. Just to be able to go in there and look around and touch things, you get this whole air of electrical something. I mean, you can feel it in the air. They were both very good investigations. I'd like to go do some more lodges. Used to swear in President Masonic Bible. I've heard that story before. I didn't know if it was true or not, but I've heard that before. That the Bible used for the swearing in of the president is a Masonic Bible. It's related to a British king. Mr. Tony of York. Lord Tony of York. Doesn't surprise me. The U.S. has been a failed experiment. It's hard to read. I'm a third or fourth generation Mason in my family. Last in line, I'm afraid. I'm right with you, Mike. You know, I'm not a Mason. My cousin in South Carolina is a Mason. My uncle was a Mason, his father. My grandfather, his father, his father, his father. You know, we've been Masons since before we came to this country in 1754. And that's one of the reasons that I'm so interested in getting involved more with the Masonic Rite. 1 and 4 related to con doesn't mean much. Everyday people. Coincidences seem more than coincidences when more than once. Good morning, Bud Files. Good to see you. Happy Friday morning. That's why it's a code book. Family's case would be Duke. Oh, I'm sorry. Duke Tony of York. I'm the last person to have a Bowden name. Last one alive. Sit down together, form some symbol. Man, by the door with the sword. It's called I don't know. I would still like to. Get with my cousin in South Carolina. When my grandfather passed away, my cousin, my uncle, got my grandfather's Masonic ring, and my grandfather was a Masonic Knight. And the really weird thing, the reason I want my grandfather's ring is because he did not have the Masonic symbol on his ring. He had the Templar cross on his ring. He had his ring was very, very ornate, but he had a red Templar cross in the top of his ring. And that's the reason I want his ring, because that right there shows me a direct tie between what remained of the Templar Knights and how they were pulled in and became part of the Masonic Rite. Two V's upside down together, crosses. Got a migraine. Here, man, by the door is the Tyler. I was offered my father-in-law's Masonic ring and turned it down. I ain't a Mason. Also a Knight Templar, York Rite Mason. Interesting. Door, what door? I'm not by a door. I'm not by any door. The Scottish Rite and the York Rite. Now, the Scottish Rite, York Rite, I've never done anything with. The Scottish Rite Temple in downtown Indianapolis. I've been in there, and that place, all I can say is wow. You walk the Scottish Rite Temple in Indianapolis, which I was when I lived down there several years ago for a short time. They had the doors open to get some ventilation through that place, and literally when you walk into the main hall, it is like walking in to a 13th century castle. I mean, it is just absolutely frickin' amazing. I appreciate your opinion. I take a little exception. Secret Society. Oh. My opinion. Different from your very lax maturity. Oh. Oh, goodness gracious sakes. Secrets lead to discovery, not necessarily bloodshed. Often secrets lead to revelations. Well put, if nothing else. Well put. The whole idea behind the societies and things like that, yes, I can agree with what Freedom just said about bloodshed follows inevitably. Maybe back in the older days, not as much today, I would think, as back when back when the societies and stuff, even back in the old world, when the societies would rise up, or people would rise up against the societies. Um, but not today. Not yeah. Okay. Maybe things are handled differently today, and it's kept more hush hush. But how many times did the societies rise up against, or the people rise up against the societies because they didn't understand them and stuff like that? People create power. It's pretty simple. They don't want it to share. We'll argue, brother. I'll talk to you soon. You don't have to go. Like, I don't think anyone is intending to belittle or anything. We're in chat. German. Oh, good morning. Good morning, Derek. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well today. I'm going to Chicago Museum of Science and Industry. That's a good museum, Ian. That's a very good museum. It's been years since I've been there, and I'm sure it's changed a lot. But I have been to this Chicago Museum of Science and Industry. I've also been to the Chicago Museum of History, and it's both of them very, very cool places. I swear, this town has a secret society. I know this town has deep, dark secrets. Oh, I'm sure it does. Most of your small towns do, and they find a way to manage to keep those secrets very secret. And you remember, we're a bad group. It was history. Every city, town has a secret society. Um, Good. Currently, World War II sub. Are you me? It was me, apparently. Um, Needs spanking. I'm convinced that Kennedy was assassinated because of an assassination. He did a speech on secret societies and how they should be gone and how the government should be transparent. point was to discuss differences and come to a middle ground. Add in gold and silver. Employers keep secrets from employees. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They don't want their employees to know better. Yeah, but you know, it's really hard. Um, and, you know, the whole point of having the open discussions and things like that is to get a difference of opinion. But it's really hard to give a difference of opinion to someone who is involved um, on on the other side. It does come off sometimes unintentionally as an attack towards something. It's kind of like the time I thought about converting to Catholicism because of a girl that I was planning to marry. That way we would not attend two different churches. Her a Catholic church, me a Baptist church. And, you know, one of the very first things that the priest said to me was, well, you know, Catholicism is the oldest religion. I'm like, no. Judaism, if you want to talk about modern organized religions, Judaism, since, you know, Jesus was a Jew and, you know, most of the people were Jewish. No, they were Catholic. No, they were Jewish. So, you know, and it turned into a 10-minute battle, and I got up and walked out and didn't convert. So, you know, yeah. It's just really hard to give a difference of opinion to someone who is involved on the other side of that coin. So, because, this country, as much as this town has put me through the last 30 years, I've learned enough. I could easily expose this town and their secrets. And then you'd vanish. This country is built on blackmail. Look at history. Our government, oldest Christian religion. Well, if you look through history, religion, faith all started as secret societies, also a 12-step recovery program. We all know many others think Catholics are devils. Yes. Elections are a dog and pony show. Yep, I will agree with that. My dad and I argued this point a few times. I can't agree to something when it's incomplete. We'll be going for about another 15 minutes, guys, and then I have to start getting ready for work. I can't go to work like this. Not at 100 some odd degrees in that kitchen. For me, it's blue jeans and a t-shirt. Everybody keeps telling me to wear shorts. That'd be cooler. Y'all ain't seen my legs. I ain't subjecting anybody to that. Let me see here. The bottom line is that we know secret societies exist, and if we don't do something, the elites will take over. And you know, people have been worrying about that forever. About the secret societies taking over. And you know, it's not happened yet. Who knows? Well, so can you finish in 15 minutes? Less if I feel like. CBDC not looking good for regular folks. Oh. There's a secret society, isn't it? This channel. I don't know if I'd call it a secret society. I think I would say it's a semi-private society. You know, you can come in, you can attend, you don't have to join. You can either come in of your own free will or by invitation. You can join if you choose to. It is semi in the public eye, so I don't know if I'd call it a secret society. Oh, Wet Willie to get in? Yeah, Wet Willie to get in. We'll go with that. AI is the World Economic Forum. The AI scare me, dude. AI scare me. I'll be the first to say that. When I talk about elites wanting to kill all of us off, how the hell does that make them do all the shit jobs? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the elites don't want to do the shit jobs. So yeah, they're going to keep around the lower class slave race. Interconnects 10,000 North South America, 1 million across the UK, easily controlled. Georgia Guidestones. No. Interesting. They made everyone dependent on technology. Yes. Won't be as much mess with less people. That's true. Interconnect. So it's not fair. I had to be shot 3 times to get in. Well, that's because we changed the that's because we changed the entry thing, the steps to be involved with the channel, Ty. You came in the earlier days where you had to be shot to become part of the group, and now it's just, we've evolved into just coming in and becoming part. I'm sorry that you came in the earlier stages when things were still a little dirtier and rough, but it was more fun back when I got to shoot people. It's much more fun. Oh, these AIs will rise up against us. Yeah, I'm still waiting for for some smart aleck out there to open some kind of a tech business and name it Skynet. Just for the giggles of it. So that way we all know what our future is going to be like. 100 years from now, or 80 years from now, 50 years from now, the T series starts coming out and taking out the human race. And they all have Yugoslavian accents. I will kill you. Terminator on the horizon with actual company. AI will replace most workers that already exist. AI is like Bitcoin, just a phase. Skynet is real. It's not to say AI won't kill us all. Beanie Babies. That was a big fix. Probably not. And it's really funny too, because I just watched a video the other day, and they were talking about how robotics and artificial intelligence is being developed, and already in its testing stages, where AI and robotics are doing simple jobs, everyday jobs. Waiting tables, production work, design, simple menial jobs that people, the majority of people do in this country. So. As well, and our creation will be our downfall. The Matrix next will become batteries. Gates trying to block sun for global warming. I don't think it's possible to program random thought. Non-creation attempts to play God is what always ends wrong. No, you can't program random thought. Because yes, AI requires a code, but AI is capable of thinking. That's why they call them thinking computers, because AI in certain programs can actually troubleshoot. It has a list of options that it can go through and eliminate as it needs to. Okay, well, this option won't work, this option won't work, this option won't work. Oh wait, this one here might work. Well, this is not going to get us exactly what we want. But AI is capable of troubleshooting and developing its own process of handling a situation. Bubba News, good morning. Hope you're doing well this morning. Happy Friday to you. Biometrics is the name of the game. Digital ID for everyone. Track us one, track us all. They've already talked about it. They've already talked about it. That's why they said that the next huge technological thing was probably going to be the microchip that carried all of your information, all of your personal history, your medical history, your financial history, everything. You know, they were talking about the future of banking being, instead of scanning your phone or whatever, being able to have that little chip inserted where you could just, you know, slide your hand under a scanner at a store and it worked like a debit card or a credit card. Cell phones we use, yeah, definitely. It's fine until there's a completely unseen problem. They already have us in the system. So you'll be on the sum of their knowledge. They have a majority of these filters, software, facial recognition, fingerprint. Yep, they sure do. My phone has fingerprint and facial recognition on it. You know, which amazed the hell out of me because I've got the cheapest Galaxy phone ever made, and it literally has, and I can set up retinal scan on it instead of facial recognition. I can do retinal recognition on my phone, and fingerprint. I can even do voice recognition on it. So, yeah, it's technology, guys. It'll get you. It'll get you. Good morning, Carrie. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well this morning, bud. Homesick, huh? I don't think there's anything worse than being homesick. Most jobs require fingerprints on file if you deal with the public. Yep. Not that smart. We're all going to pass away one day. I was doing fingerprint ID at Microsoft 20 years ago. Scanning for WorldCoin is crazy. Pay in crypto for your iris biometric data. No thanks. I can agree with that. That's why my fingerprint, my facial recognition, and my retinal recognition are not activated on my phone. But there's a lot more we don't even know anything about. Oh, I agree. Creepy as hell, not happening. I liked it. No passwords, no way to hack. If we know about it, it's already old technology. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right, Fishing. If we already know about it, then it's old technology. They're changing and developing new things, new technology every single day. So yeah, once it comes out, it takes them a year to develop a system to make it accessible to the public. And what have they developed in that year that we haven't found out about? I got fingerprints, but mine are on files from job. I'm looking at an abandoned lighthouse in the middle of the ocean to buy and live in it, or AIs, when the AIs take over. I used to beta test security stuff for Microsoft Freedom. Eden Island, maybe Derek, or Bunker. Billy knows about some kind of technology. It's already outdated. These new jets were developed 30 years ago. Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. There's so much we don't know. Really surprised, honestly. I'm right there with you, Freedom. I'm right there with you. Whenever they come up with something brand new, it's like, oh, okay. So what's next? Cloning in the 90s, sure they did. Years before, oh yeah. I miss the days of AOL. You've got mail. Still old normal back then when I started to look at capturing images, data from random cellular stuff I left. And it's no big secret that a lot of your larger companies like eBay and Amazon and even YouTube uses AI. That's how they can monitor what you watch or what you shop for, and then they can send more advertisements and stuff your direction that's catered more so to you. Um, eBay or Amazon will watch your buying habits, and they will send you random advertisements of, hey, this item that you were interested in, or this falls into the category of what you searched for. YouTube, they monitor the kind of videos you watch, and they will randomly send you people you're not subscribed to that make that type of video. That is a form of artificial intelligence. Let me see here. I missed a couple things here. Started look. Last year before Christmas, American scientists went to the Arctic and found a zombie virus, brought it back to the States. Sure you have much info posted on Facebook. Any of them? Elon Musk. Elon says we are cyborgs because of cell phones. Yeah, he did say we were. Yeah, cyborgs because of cell phones. Not wrong in some ways. I don't know where that went. I left when I read the synopsis. PGM. That creeps me, honestly. Hell, we can talk about product and poof, it shows up advertised on your phone. Yeah. Changing a lot of things because of this tech push. Yeah. Definitely. I secretly want a zombie apocalypse to happen. I have enough responsibility. I don't need a zombie apocalypse. I have enough responsibility trying to take care of my family. Putting up chain link fences and trying to secure offensive and defensive weapons, proximity defenses. I don't need that kind of responsibility. We can hold off for a few generations before an apocalypse. We really can. I mean, come on, guys. I don't. I got like $8 in my pocket. I'm not going to get very many offensive weapons and chain link to protect my family in a zombie apocalypse with $8. costs too much in ammo. Yeah, exactly. See? Tony knows. Just do what you can to survive day to day. It's all you can do. It's more about simpler survive or die, not this 9 to 5 grind every. Yeah. Simple survive or die. Oh. Would cost a lot in ammo. Plus, you need to not only be able to, afford the ammo, but you got to be able to afford the things to project the ammo out of, which gets very expensive too. So, yeah, we can hold off a few generations on the apocalypse thing. I have a whole lot of this plan laid out and head complete with a fortress. Well, you're lucky. Hey, Brooklyn, good to see you. Hope you're doing good this morning. Dealing with these teenagers are good preparation for that day. Dealing with these teenagers are good preparation for that day. Well, let's just hope your teenagers don't ever get pissed off at you and try to eat you. Watch the movie Postman might end up that way. So let the whole collapse go down and leave me with my cabin and a few women for the day. I'll trade teenager for a nice zombie. Boy, this train went off the rails fast. Fish the postman is probably one of the more likely possibilities. If there's a zombie apocalypse, I would want the Romero zombies. The slow, sluggish ones. I think I want the slow, you know, they come at you and they can barely walk, let alone run or climb or swim or do anything else. So yeah, give me that kind. I don't want the runners. I'm old. I have emphysema. My knees are going. I don't want to have to run for my life, but I have no problem aggressively walking to save my life. Shaun of the Dead. Yeah, there you go. Zombies that tote assault rifles or something. No, we don't want. Yeah, not the. Yeah. I'll pass on the walking, rotting corpses. Thank you. Brain. Yeah, there you go. Brain. Anyhow, do I appreciate all the BS that Mom and Dad had to put up with us when we were younger? A new respect, no doubt. Yeah, definitely. When you become a parent of your own, or when you become a parent yourself, and you got to deal with teenagers, you really appreciate what your parents had to put up with. And Tony says he was a great kid. I have to believe Tony. I didn't know him when he was a kid, so I have to believe him. He says he was a great kid. It's probably why he's such an ornery butt now. It's because it all bottled up and built up, and then he finally just overflowed. And when he became an adult, and they had bullets shot around corners in the 80s. Yes, they did. Do like Resident Evil 2, wrecking vehicles, staring at stripper zombies. Yeah, you can tell I have watched way too many zombie movies, and I'm a big zombie fan. I'm right there with you, Derek. Zombie movies are my fallback films when I'm looking for something to watch at night when the wife's at work. I get on all those weird B movie sites on our streaming service and find me some zombie films to watch. I gotta lie back down. I keep you running for the view time though. All right, Carrie. Sounds good, bud. You go get some rest, man. Go get yourself some rest and take care of yourself. I mean, being sick is bad, but being sick at home, never good. There's so many things, if you lay around the house, there's so many things you see you would like to do or that need to get done, and you just don't have the gumption or the energy to do them. So, yeah, I can definitely, yeah. I did, still do. I was a good kid. I was able to be alone all the time when I was 10. Those automated drones with weapons are no joke either, unreal. What they can do, fly in formation, attack in line. When I have a migraine, I'm a 44-year-old big baby. Automated drones, they have robo dogs. Yeah, I know. I just seen a thing not very long ago where they sent a robo dog into a tiger habitat in a zoo or an animal, whatever you want to call it, and they were watching these big cats interact with these robo dogs and stuff. And then something just cropped up this morning. I didn't watch it, but some dude took his robo dog to a dog competition, and like I said, I didn't watch it. I don't know how well it did, but yeah, definitely interesting. Human street sweeper is a real thing. AI dog or something, pet dog, sits, begs. Just got to recharge your dog. It's better than picking its poop up off your brand new area road. LAPD now has a police robot, has the authority to shoot and kill suspects. Huh. I didn't hear about that. That's, I don't know if I would trust RoboCop without that human, you know. I don't mind, I don't want to say a cyborg type deal. But having that human portion in a biometric suit that helps protect the officer, I don't mind that as much. But I think having a completely robot officer on the street would be more like the Ed 209. Too much room for malfunction. What's that movie with Gene Simmons and the killer robots? I don't know. That's a good question. Dogs have been things since the original Battlestar Galactica. Yep. Yep, sure has, Tony. Bad AI dog, go pick up your poop. Yeah, exactly. Either that or the robot dog poops in your living room, and then automatically starts communicating with your little robot vacuum, and it comes out and sucks it up and goes back into its hiding space again. Never been a fan of tech. I delay it as much as possible. Freedom in Illinois is the abolish the cash bail system. 2 years ago, people were actually saying it's the purge. Shotgun needed for AI dog or a RPG. Runaway. Thank you. That's it. Runaway. Robots also I saw when it happened. Oh, goodness gracious sakes. Oh. The Purge were actually great movies. The Purge were good movies. You know, I don't see it ever, I don't see it ever coming to that where you can just legally have a day when you can go out and commit any crime imaginable. I don't ever see that. But, we had around the carnivals too, and this trivia. Speaking of, I don't know when we're going to do trivia again. We might do trivia tonight. I don't know, because I got nothing. I got nothing planned for tonight. I'll be home in time to do an evening stream, so we'll just have to see. We might do trivia tonight. I can't believe it's Friday again. Seriously, who turned up the speed on the time? Yeah, tell me about it. I was just thinking about that the other day, Bubba. I was thinking, man, this year is just flying by. When I'm at work, it just seems like time crawls. But anytime I'm at home and I'm trying to work on stuff, yeah, I'll start working on something, and it only feel like it takes me an hour to do, and I'll look at the clock, and I've been in there for 4 or 5 hours working on it. So it's just I don't know about the whole turning up time thing. Let's do trivia on the history of sex. Now, even though I'm monetized but not getting a check, I would still like to stay on up and up and not get any videos pulled. So no, we will not be doing the history of sex. Seen San Fran since they canceled theft charges. No, I haven't. Committed about time. Actual purge in ancient Rome. Age makes time fly. I think it does. In 3 weeks, I'll be 40. In 2 months, I'll be 55. So I'm still beating you. Mammalian. Sex is a human condition, or mammalian if you prefer. Yes. I was 40 22 years ago. I was 40 15 years ago. I would love to be abducted by a UFO. Men and women is all that keeps this planet populated. True that. Unless men and women are all gone and it's just populated by every other species on the planet. Each their own, no probing for me. Hey, if Derek wants to be abducted by aliens and be experimented on and have weird foreign objects put into his body, more power to him. More power to him. I won't, you know, I'll be right there to pat him on the back and push him into the light beam just to make his dreams come true. Look, they're calling for you, bud. Ugh. Goodwill ambassador and just me. There you go. There you go. Goodwill ambassador. Taboo with adults having separate conversations. Now they have artificial wombs to grow babies. I don't do it or want to. Freedom. I don't want to get probed. I just want to be a goodwill ambassador. Well, you just better hope and pray, Derek, that the one time you are abducted by aliens and choose to be the nonviolent goodwill ambassador of the planet Earth, that they are not the aliens that decided they want to come here and eat us and look at you as the goodwill donation or the what we would refer to as the sample platter. Keep all the handicapped kids. The driver of his loop. Oh my God. Don't people get uncomfortable? They still have hospitals for them. Yes, they do. Poor Derek. That would be absolutely terrible to be assigned as a goodwill ambassador for alien contact, and when he gets there he comes to realize that he's the sample platter. You know, he's the one they get to eat first to find out whether or not the entire human race is edible. Poor Derek. Poor Derek. Get to leave kids out of it. Don't see too many short buses out there. We have them. We've actually got 2 of them here in our community that travel around and pick up the kids to go to school. Something parents should handle. How you doing, Drew, brother? I've been abducted by beer. Ben, good to see you. Yeah, you got to watch out for that beer, man. It's worse than aliens sometimes. It will abduct you. That first one gets in you. So it's like having a demon crawl inside you, and then he calls all of his friends to come and join him, one at a time. All those little demons enter your body 12 ounces at a time. Gotta run, take care, blessing. You too, Freedom. Take care. We'll catch you later. Have a good day. It's made me see aliens. Yep, we'll be bolting out of here in just a few minutes so I can get ready for work on a Friday at the bar. It's going to be interesting. Look at all this love in here. That's what it's all about. You can't spread the love, spread a little happiness. What the hell's it all for? Yeah, what Ben just said. Love Drew as well. He is a cool cat, man. Smash that Loke for my brother. See it. Yeah, that. See, there are aliens in his beer. They're even starting to speak their language with his fingers. Eisenhower in the 50s had a meeting with extraterrestrials. Well, and see, Derek, in just recent weeks, we had that congressional meeting where officials were telling Congress that yes, we've had contact with extraterrestrials. Yes, we have their ships. Yes, we have them. Yes, we have, and so all of it's coming out now. All these years of the government denying all this stuff, and now they're saying, oh, no, 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 people were right. We just hid the truth. We just hid the truth from the general public because we didn't know how they'd react. So that's why. But yeah, it's all true. So and Eisenhower, there's pictures of Kennedy shaking hands with a Gray and Eisenhower. And I want to storm Area 52. It's a big universe, and one planet has life. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's how I feel about it too, Tony. The odds are just stacked against it. Hundreds of thousands of worlds out there, millions of worlds out there that can sustain life. And, yeah, one planet with life on it. Seriously. Very famous UFO alien thing back in the day. It was made public back in Melbourne, I think. I checked the video on YouTube. All right, Ian. Yeah, I just seen it pop up. God, my folks was good enough. Yep, you're right. But all right, guys, it's that time. I got to get ready for work. I got some things to do here before I leave for work. Area 51 is just a smoke screen. Real government secrets lie in Area 52. Yes, I'll agree with that. There's spelling on the small keypad. I'm telling you, Ben, it's the aliens in the beer that are trying to come out. They're trying to control what you're typing. And by feeble human definitions, God is an alien. Yes, I've heard that so many times. Because of his abilities and his miracles, he obviously was of a higher race of intelligence. But I'm going to head out. I'm going to get ready for work. I'm going to get my poopy caca husband duties done around here. So the wife can just relax when she gets up. They're possessing major. Yeah. I just not of this earth. Yeah, true that. Earth is from him. I can agree with that. So, you guys all have a good Friday. We will be on tonight. The wife is going in at 5:30. So I got plenty of time to get things set up, find some really cool trivia or something, and we'll have us a little bit of fun tonight. A few laughs, probably a whole lot of BS answers, and just poops and giggles. So, y'all take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. We do. We'll catch you tonight. Y'all have a good day.